Hello and welcome everyone to the Crucible stream. This is Season 10, Week 6. And with me today is Bokiasi. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. What a pleasure to be here for you.
Excellent. So, we shall begin with the first match of today, which is with Team on the Red being...
I think it's Thessalophobia. Thessalophobia. Whatever. It is what a complicated name. They are on Team Red, and we've got Fibulus Fovertal on Team Blue tonight for the first match.
Yes, indeed. So anyways, let's start off with the map, votes, and the timer.
So, Portal Grump already voting Team Canyons, which is a rather common choice, I think, right?
Yes, it's favorite map for a lot of people. And understandably so.
I feel like we almost always have canyons first if people are allowed to vote for maps, just because almost everybody is fine with playing on it.
Yes, it is indeed like that. People just really love canyons.
I mean,
I do too.
It is a good map after all, right?
Yeah, it is. With a bit more open areas to the edges of the map, and, well, a bit of a mess of a labyrinthian in the middle.
Always good for a surprise.
Yes,
I'm wondering what people will bring for tonight's match.
Yeah, the meta and the balances have all been sort of moving around lately, especially in SCS. And time is up. Canyons it is.
Right, Team Red didn't feel like speaking for themselves, so they have to live with canyons. I guess they're very fine with that. Sometimes discussions go a bit for too long within team captains and members, so we just forget about putting up your votes in time, and then the other team gets to decide what you play on.
And the timer is now on. First match of today. Let's see. So we have a Pyramidian and a Crusader on red team, and Corsair and Shrike on blue.
I heard somebody say Corsair and Shrike is a guaranteed win combination. We're yet to see how that works out. I mean, it's not only depend on the ships, but also on the captain's skills with the ships.
And also the crew, because a Corsair is not exactly easy to engineer on.
Not at all, not at all. Although we got Ichthril on engineering duties there, I guess he can direct Prinobots around just fine to be an effective team together.
It takes the whole crew to be good for a Corsair to be good.
That's true, but I think if you get a really experienced engineer on your team, even as a low level, you can get enough ideas and advice from the high level crew member to actually do just fine in most cases.
Yes, a high level person on a ship can be a godsend for crew coordination. But it is a demanding thing to be on a Corsair, because you have to know where and when to be at all times. And it can be somewhat confusing because you can't see outside the ship properly.
It's just a huge flying box if you're engineering on it.
Or a brick.
A brick sounds pretty accurate.
Yes. That Crusader, however, is a bit of an interesting choice since, well, Corsairs love ramming a lot, and, well, Crusaders are sort of vulnerable to that.
That's true. It's just a very favorite ship of Saldarim to play on. He loves it way too much, and sometimes even brings it when people wouldn't naturally choose it. I mean, with the Hwacha and the Carronade, you can take out guns and stuff pretty easily, but there's still the ramming power of a Corsair that you have to deal with.
Once there's a flank, there's going to be a problem.
Yes, indeed, and especially in canyons, where we have seen lots of beautiful Corsair rammings into walls and stuff. He will have to be careful there. But maybe the build Cypher Pyramidion may direct some pressure off the Crusader by going on the Corsair themselves.
Yes, that's possible.
Yeah, an interesting setup for sure. It looks like people are pretty set with their ship choices. Not much movement today.
Yes, but they don't have a lot of time to change if they do make up their minds, because it's the last half minute. Well, a little bit more than half minute. And ships are locked in.
All cool. Looks like we're gonna be set with that matchup. And we'll see how people do. I mean, the nice thing about Crucible is that teams are always quite balanced.
Well, that's
So
the point, Sergeant.
that's the point. Yeah, I mean, you do a really good job on actually getting people.
I'll
stuff
be
around
honest.
Places.
That's not my work.
How many people are on the elusive council on deciding the balance?
It's a somewhat of a compact council. There are only, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 5 people.
5 people.
Excluding
Oh,
myself.
That's fair enough. Is there a lot of discussion going on when you do balance teams?
It depends on the week, and depends on how open each person is.
I see.
Most often get like 2 to 3 people talking about balance, though there have been more.
Alright, and we're starting the first match of tonight. The ship number 1 is Bill Cypher, piloted by Shattered Flame and his crew. It's an Artling Pyramidion with a Gatling, a Artemis. On the side they bring Flak and a Beacon Flare Gun, classic too. Ship number 2 is Saul's Flying Carpet, piloted by Saldarim, a ship we've seen before. It's got Huacha and Carronade on the front, 2 Flaks and 2 Gatlings. A very classic loadout indeed too.
Yes, so ship number 3 is the Sad Engineer. Noise is piloted by Portable Grump. It is Corsair, front carronades, side Gatling Huacha, and back Harpoon. And ship number 4 is the Walrus, piloted by the Italian Flamer, with both Huachas and both Gatlings. And my clan is currently spamming in clan chat currently. Thank you.
Tell them to behave, come on. Some discipline when people are streaming. You don't have to show off how cool this community is.
We have 2 dedicated Discord servers. I do not understand why they can't.
Well, it's more comfortable sometimes to use in-game chat.
And now
Although that is quite rare.
And now we begin the ring around the rosies, as both teams are now going in circles. I hope at least one of them decide to not do that.
Yeah, the blue team looks like they're rather stationary. They're waiting their thing out, expecting that people come out from the canyons. They might get a bit surprised from red team emerging from besides them.
They were expecting a flank, I think. They weren't expecting it from there, though.
True. Ah, there. No spots yet, but they're looking into the canyons still.
They're really dedicated on waiting on that flank, but red team is going straight into. Oh
They missed an
no.
opportunity there, but I mean, they never knew of it. So,
Well, yes indeed.
might be the ones being surprised here now.
Yes indeed. Oh, spots go out. The walrus has been spotted. Red team, I think, should now be on to blue's little shenanigans.
Just imagine the panic on the walrus when you see that you're spotted, but you can't see the enemy. It's like,
Oh yes. Then you still just get attacked out of nowhere and, well, sayonara. But currently that's not the case, because both teams
no, both teams are very careful in their positioning.
a bit too careful. There's
Yes,
not even a single shot
please.
fired yet.
And I mean, they know where people are. It's just like,
The issue is that both teams see one ship only.
not sure where their ally is.
Blue
Looks
has
like
lost
Team
spots.
Blue is committing to an attack now.
Yes, the Corsair, legendary rams, but a Quacha. From South Flying Carpets, does a bit of disabling work.
Yeah, it looks like the Pyramidion is focusing on the Corsair indeed, because they know that they can be quite dangerous to South Flying Carpet.
Armor break, and mortars miss. Bill
Bill
Cypher's...
Cypher,
Yes.
the Walrus is delivering their Watcha payloads very well.
And South Flying Carpet deciding, was that a balloon rent? No, that was a stamina.
Huh.
Quite a quick one at that.
Yeah,
Sad
so
engineer
nice numbers
noises.
everyone.
Yes, I hear those noises from here.
People are not able to keep their ship up with the fire pressure.
3 engines down. But Bill
Oh.
Cypher losing armor and takes a Quacha. Melts
That was a
third
full
of...
Watchable into the perma hull of Bill
Yeah.
Cypher.
But sad engineer noises once again. Armor broken with only... Well, now it has 2 engines, but... Oh!
Ooh, first kill for the Team Blue. Fibulous Fovartal. But Team Red just counters that by killing the Corsair right afterwards. Now we're down to a face-off between the Shrike and Saul's Flying Carpet.
That Shrike doesn't have a lot of kill power, but well-timed watches do their magic.
That was good work on the crew there. Nice
Yes.
coordination with
Yes,
gunner and
indeed.
pilot.
Although that should be expected from a gunner such as Finks.
It's true. He's not first time playing. Both ships do a little bumping into walls here, as the captain's focusing on their ship and not the walls.
Both killed ships now trying to help their respective allies out. That was a complete trade. Although...
Yeah, Flying Carpet does have a little bit less of perma damage.
Oh, that's a boop, and... Oof! Failure!
It failed.
The angle was too off.
It forced South Flying Carpet out of the engagement, though. But they can't take advantage of that.
My clan's still ignoring my calls to stop. And South Flying Carpet armor broken, but no follow-up, as the sad engineer noise is just skirting on below.
Oh, well, Cypher looks like it's a bit too high now to protect its ally from the Corsair. But
Way too high.
The Crusader can't defend itself with the carronade, popping sad engineer noises.
Those are indeed some sad noises. I can already hear the pain. And the walrus almost losing armor. Yes, that Artling doing work.
Oh,
Ow.
Cypher bumps into the wall.
Always look behind you, everyone.
That's canyons for you. There's wall everywhere.
Sad engineer noises taking a watch to the face.
Oh, that hurt. Also some flags straight in there, probably. Looking at the perma damage that they lost.
This is almost the same setup as last time, except the Crusader is on the receiving end.
This time that was too much to take for the Crusader.
Sad engineer noises, though, at a third of its perma due to that little mishap.
And Saldarim is asking for a pause, which of course cannot be granted while teams are still engaged. So they will have to wait.
Or
One of them can disengage or die, whatever.
most likely the latter, because Bill Cipher is now getting attacked by the Shrike, and soon enough the sad engineer noises will pop up for a bit of
Yes, they
in-the-face
don't
action.
have any mercy, and do rightly so. There's something to lose tonight.
Full Moonshine reversing stalls out the ram. But if they don't watch behind themselves, something bad might happen.
I wonder if the Crusader will spawn in, though. What kind of problems they had to ask for a pause.
Yeah, that's strange. None of their crew are missing. Oh, sad engineer noise is a bit too headstrong.
Uh-huh.
And there's the Crusader.
Spawned in. Might be right when the... Oh, Corsair's still surviving, but barely. There's not much of permahull left there.
Bill Cipher loses 3 of its guns. Oh, the Walrus eats a Hwacha, loses 2 engines. That's quite bad.
Well, it's only fair they take some Hwacha damage too.
And
after all,
goodbye, sad engineer
out.
noises.
Now, do the Walrus escape or not? That's the big question here. They're the fastest ship here.
But they also just ate a Hwacha, and have an Artling at the back, and no. 3 to 2 in favor of Thalassophobia.
Team Red might ask for a pause if they want now, but maybe issues already cleared themselves.
Well, seeing as how they're not mentioning anything, I guess the issues are sorted.
That's fine. Best possible outcome. So far, this looks like a pretty balanced match.
Yes.
With Bill Cipher being able to harass the Corsair enough that they can't really bother the Crusader.
That is indeed true, but currently we haven't seen anything yet of Team 1, which, both by the bouncing team's perspective and by their own perspective, is the best. Although that can
let's
be...
hope for the sake of entertaining matches that they are not as superior as people think right now.
But there may be the issue of overconfidence.
Overconfidence is a very dangerous thing.
And we are doing Ring Around the Rosie again.
Looking at the speed that teams move here, they are not overconfident in their strength. Don't want to push it too fast.
Blue team deciding to split up. Red team deciding to wait.
Interesting choice to split up there. You can easily get lost in the canyons if you're split up in a place like this.
Red team now going into the canyons themselves.
Yeah, Team Blue looks slightly uncoordinated here.
Red team is also splitting up. Both teams are just deciding, wait, red teams realized they're a little oopsie and are now attempting to reunite themselves, but then again, so is the blue team.
Yeah, it looks like things are coming back into order, and both teams are lucky that they didn't get surprised there.
Or, well, you know, somebody just failed to spot themselves because they were going in a circle. At least now this time they're pointing in the right direction.
Let's hope for the best, that they actually meet each other. Although Canyon is not a map that is prone to super long matches with nobody spotting each other.
Yes, especially since on this map there are no noodle leaders. I'm looking at you still, Hellfire. I still remember.
Oh, spots are out. The Walrus is spotted.
Red team flanks.
That engineering noise.
Red team flanks. Blue team
Blue's
not...
still unsure where the attack will come from. They should know by now with the Gatling fire.
That Gatling's a clear dead giveaway. Red team being a bit out of position to actually capitalize on this, but still.
I think they should have waited for a little bit more, but let's see what they do with it.
Wait, that was lovely watch, and no engines on the sad engineer noises. And
That
double
name
break.
is really coming true. Oh no.
Oh, I can only feel the sorrow of those people.
Yes, that's sad engineering noises indeed. And they die
Yes.
here to the hand of Sal's flying carpet.
That was indeed a functional flank. Red team got lucky in that one, as the Walrus deploys its watcher and bumps.
Bump. Oh, that was a dangerous bump there.
2 engines are down as well, the armor is about to go down as well, and... they just barely hang on, but that barely is going to run out soon. No flags though. Oh,
Yep,
there we
they
go.
go.
Flags are out,
Nice.
and so Thalassophobia wins the first match. In a glorious 5-2.
Yeah, that was a good match after all.
Blue team had a strong start, but something happened. Something broke down.
So it looks like the next proposed match map is Northern Fjords, right?
Yes, indeed, it is Northern Fjords.
Let's look at what teams decide on map voting stuff then.
Half the team's not even here.
Well, let's give them a shout that they... Oh, yeah. They will be over here as soon as they know the password and stuff, I guess.
Well, the password has been sent, so...
Let's wait for it then. Fear of the Duck is joining the lobby right as we speak here, with Frostbound being the first one to find its way. Eager to get this match started.
we'll see which fear dominates. The duck or the sea?
Oh. A very dark week with all those phobious names.
I do believe, however, this is the 4th of July, and for Americans it is a beautiful day, I do believe.
It should be, yes, celebrating their independency.
Just don't get burned with all the fireworks, please.
Oh, where am I? Ta says, Kryben is late, please shame him on the stream, and we love to do that. Kryben, come on.
Yes, get over here. The stream, you can see the matches on the stream. You can see when the matches will end. There's only a minute in delay.
Well, I mean, I hope for him that he was busy getting some food, and that's always a good excuse. Food is important.
But then again, showing up to the Crucible on time.
Is it more important than getting food though? I'm not sure on that one. But I might be biased here.
They had time to prepare.
That's true. I mean, it took us almost 15 minutes to get the match done before. That's enough to make yourself a nice table of pasta or stuff, whatever you prefer. But they're also missing somebody else, right?
Yes, must track
Looks
down.
like 9 Yota is not here. Oh, well, he's here too. My mistake, sorry.
He was on the
Romix.
stream, so yes, he's currently here, but who else is missing? Romix AA, yes, indeed. Looks like we may have to do some replacing today.
What is the rule? How much time do they have before they...
There's no rule
Actually-
currently, but the rule currently is my patience levels.
Okay, let's hope for long patience levels of Senok then tonight. For the sake that Crybone is a bit late.
And Romix AA. Oh, there is one.
Crybone is typing on Discord right now. He went to the well, that was a long bathroom break. Holy shit.
Maybe he had a bathroom on, like, the first floor of his house and he was on the third one. On the third floor.
Still, I'd hope he ran down those stairs and up again. Alpha Sierra is off for a potty break too. People should know how to manage your needs during a tournament that is so serious like this.
Well, it isn't as serious as SES or any of the other monthly, well, half-yearly tournaments. But still, I don't like it when you all go to bathroom breaks.
True, it is serious enough to not let 15 people wait for you.
Especially since I did politely ask everyone to be ready the moment I mentioned that the match is over. Worst bit is that the pilot is missing. Normally if one crew member was missing I would ignore it and just start up the timer, but no dice.
Are slightly more important than normal crew members. So while we wait here for the captains to finally join, let's have a look at the ships that people are flying right now. Maybe it's a hint for what they will bring later. Looks like Alpha Sierra is opting for the Shrike too.
Thalassophobia is still keeping their same strategy as last time, but yes, finally we have everyone here and we can begin with the match 2 of 6.
Finally, Crybone made its way. And don't take it too personal, Crybone, if we stream shame you. You know that you deserved it, and we still love you nevertheless.
I see 2 clan ships, except that they are having one crew
They
member.
got split up here.
Well,
Yes, that's all for the sake of balance, and it's well needed.
3/4 clan ship on both teams, so at least one of the 3/4 clan ships will win.
It's true. They will have something to celebrate anyways, no matter how it goes. So Salarim votes for Periton as a team, while Alpha Sierra says team this map.
So, coin flip. Where's the
Coin flip
bot?
as is.
Bot. Where is bot? I guess I'll do it in a Crewcible discussion. Though I must mention...
So everything goes down as it should. I do personally hope that we stay at Northern Fjords. It's a lovely map for some various strategies.
I on the other hand want to see Periton because of the glorious terrain.
It is always fun, that's true. Never disappoints. With spectacular bumps and ramps.
I seem to have forgotten the command.
Take your time.
Yep,
We did wait for so long until Crybone showed up.
It seems that I have...
Flip.
It seems that RNGesus has mentioned that, yes, Periton.
Oh, well, whatever.
Wait. What? Oh, me stupid. No, my head's not blue.
It is complicated to coin flip on so many options, right?
Or red.
Here
Where's
we
the
go.
doctor command or something like that?
Yeah. Come on, fix Zenok. We need an ambulance here. Also, we could just upgrade the bot to actually tell red or blue. That would be handy.
Well, it isn't that simple really, because the coin flip command, well, coin flipping works by the first person that votes gets heads.
Oh, that's how it goes. I didn't know that. Cool.
But also, of important note, is that I heard a rumor that a coin flip isn't actually a pure 50-50 chance. It's actually a 51% chance in favor of heads.
Because of the weight balancing, or why is that?
I don't remember exactly how, but I think
It's an
it's
interesting
correct.
thing to think about.
Well, now we have 4 minutes to debate on that, as the timer is now active. No, Shattered. We don't have a roll 100 sided dice here because the bot's that primitive. It can only
It's good
do a
enough for
simple
what we
coin
need.
flip. That's all it can do.
Yeah, thing is, it is probably not a very total 50-50 chance if the bot is computed fairly simple, because it uses pseudo erratic numbers, and therefore is not exactly 50-50. Where you would code that stuff usually favors one side, but only by 1/1,000,000th of a chance or something. So it's fairly fair in the end.
Well, maybe the bot maker actually added in a simulation to the whole 51-49% rule.
Would be lovely. I guess he would have worked on different features though first, I hope, than making the perfect coin flip bot. But I mean, who knows? If you get tons of people using it on Discord, might actually be worth to make a real thing.
Sadly, that was the cheapest bot we could afford on this COG Discord server, and I highly doubt that we'll find a better bot that still conforms to our budget restraints.
Well, we just ask Richard for it, right? He does have the time to do everything. Implement the coin flip in Guns of
I think
Icarus
he's
because
gardening.
it's so important.
I think he's gardening currently, so perhaps he'll add on like a plant-grown simulator in this game.
Nice. That would be cool.
That's exactly what's missing here.
We need to extend the lobby game. And then you can share with what plants you've been growing during the lobbies and put them on your ship for display.
Yes, and what is your plan to repopulate the world of Guns of Icarus with plant life? Perhaps even animals as well.
That sounds like a very Chaladin plan.
I'm not Chaladin, by the way.
Neither am I, but I still like the idea.
Well, same here. Everyone likes fresh food.
I guess. I mean, Periton would look lovely with some more plant life mixed in. Some eerie trees growing on top of the buildings. Okay, looks like people are pretty set with their ships.
Gatling
Also
with
because
priest. I feel like that was a little bit of a chat mistake there.
they still have 30 seconds to debate on that, whether they want it with priest or not. Looks like we have a goldfish and the magnate for the fear of the duck, and Thessalophobia brings a Pyramidian and the Crusader as before. I mean, why would you change if it worked before?
Indeed. But also, remember, this is Periton. Greased Gatling is a must.
Indeed.
This Gatling is a Greased Gatling is a must.
Yes, indeed. It's the only way to correctly do it on here.
And now we shall get into match 2.
No.
Sadly for you, Shattered, I can click 3 magic buttons and that no will turn into a I don't care. Now let's begin. Do not say no to me.
You generally don't say no to a referee. You're always on the weaker end there. Alright, let's see what this match brings for the teams. The Crusader is still in danger of getting rammed into things.
Well,
But
yes.
it looks like they dealt quite well with it the last match.
Yes, they did in fact avoid most of their premature destructions in the hands of the Corsair. But perhaps there may be more experienced rammers on this team.
Yeah, I feel like Portable Grump was not the most experienced.
Let us get
Ram that
into
we have
ship
seen here.
callouts, as ship number 1 is the Steel Whitefish piloted by Crybon. I love the Asian decal on the balloon, by the way. It is
Ooh, yes.
Watchafish, side carronade, and with a side cutsy, Gatling Banshee. Bloody visual effects. Ship number 2 is Love Shack, piloted by Alpha Sierra, of course. It is the double Gat on the front, Flak and Artemis on the mid-deck, and the Huacha Carronade on the back.
Exactly. Third ship, again, as we've seen last match, Bill Cypher piloted by Shattered Flame. It's an Artling with a flak and the beacon flare gun on the side. And for the last ship today, again, Saul's Flying Carpet with Saladream in the piloting spot. We've got a Huacha front left, a Carronade front right, and then mirrored flak Gatling in the back.
And
we look at this lovely buffed engines on both blue ships here.
look at
Nice.
this ring around the rosy again.
Yes, they just enjoy themselves tonight, having a little bit of sightseeing in Pariton.
But spots go out. I do believe that the ring around the rosies will stop.
Yes,
Red team finally
Red is
getting a
turning.
blue team now paranoid.
Especially because spots went off again.
The whitefish blending in, but not well enough as it is now spotted.
No. He's just too white for this map. Too easy to be spotted. That cream color on his balloon.
Hey, at
Love
least
Shack.
at least it's better hidden than the Love Shack, which has a bit of an orangey sail, but
Yeah, interesting enough, Love Shack was the last to be spotted here.
I'm telling you, magnates, they're invisible. Especially if you paint them with bright, vibrant colors. The brighter the color, the more difficult to see, as the Huacha fish eats black. And loses an
Wow.
engine and
I mean,
3 guns.
They were super aggressive against two very much gun strong ships.
Yes.
So that was a lot of damage there. While both blue ships do have the time now to focus on Love Shack.
Very gun, much damage. Bill Cypher's stuck on a building. And the Steel
Yeah,
Whitefish.
Flying Carpet decided that they just feel safe up there. They don't want to join into the battle too much.
That Artling is going to cause a bit of a pain to the Whitefish, as no Watcher for them. Love Shack loses armor, and takes flak.
Now that is a horrible start for the Fear of the Duck.
Both ships losing armor, and oof. Oof. I can feel the pain. But that's a pixel perma right there.
Yes, nice work, Team Blue. Killing the Magnate. And Bill Cypher still has its hull, but no guns left to kill Steel Whitefish.
The steel whitefish will most likely back off, as it is now suicide to stay against two well-armed blue ships.
They're coming towards the end of the map. They might not be able to run away from here.
Oh, they won't. They won't. That building... Firstly, that building. Secondly, the edge of the map. Thirdly, they're still getting chased.
It's an uncomfortable situation to make escape plans. You sometimes mess things up a bit.
The favorites of this Crucible are getting overconfident, it seems. As that is indeed Team 1.
Yes, it is Team 1, Fear of the Duck, that got taken away here.
Technically, the sea is bigger than ducks, so...
Fear of the sea should be more fearsome than Fear of a Duck, that's right.
Especially if it's a singular.
I mean, the duck, you should be afraid of it too.
I'd be more afraid of a swarm of ducks currently just charging at me. Just angrily quacking at me, rather than one duck simply just menacingly walking towards me.
I'm not so sure. I mean, just imagine one very, very confident duck that just stares at you and quacks angrily. I would be slightly disturbed too.
Well, it'd be even worse when you would take every single duck in the current world and then just simply put them in one place. Now that would be fear.
Of ducks again.
And then
yes, that would be
both fears would actually connect together and form the ultimate form of...
The ultimate fear.
Yes. What is with these teams going around the map in circles?
Yeah, somebody on the blue ship spotted Love Shack though, through all the buildings and the mist. That was a good eye there.
Lucky spots. Not that that magnate was flying with vibrant colors right there.
They're asking for getting spotted. That's what you get.
I've also noticed, the brighter the color, the more vibrant it is, the more menacing it is.
It's true, that is a... I feel like the color changes on the angle that you look at it, though.
Maybe.
Sometimes looks more vibrant than in others. And Steel Whitefish is again.
Boop.
Being shot first. Pooping into the building there. Probably better for them than rushing in like the last time.
Sal's flying carpet receiving a bit of watcher.
It's not taking out much though. One gun down.
The Steel Whitefish at least has learned and is not being so gun-ho.
Yes.
But they still can't fit through that gap though.
No.
Oh, pop. Crusader moves in and oof, bump.
Oh, that
bump.
Oh, it looks like they're stuck there. They should rebuild that balloon fast. Some engineer was not on duty there.
I think they're doomed. On
that
the grounds
is, again,
of them
very
stuck.
Unlucky. Oh yes, like again.
They're stuck, I think. Maybe the pile was going forwards a bit too much.
Yes, Cryban was not finding its commands. And Love Shack was taking all the damage that time. Still holding off quite well though with the coverage from the buildings.
Both teams are just now on standby, waiting for the other to do a move.
Steel Whitefish does some more booping on the terrain there. They finally do have time to rebuild those balloons too.
Seems that one ship from both teams is now making cautious movement.
Scouting there.
Could be paranoia, or could be an attempt to finally engage.
Yeah, still Whitefish was trying his luck with the Watcher there, only taking out the Artemis, which is very favorable for the Whitefish.
That Artemis is certainly doing work.
Looks like Mr. Ghost is shooting it. Good work there on keeping the watch out on the Whitefish.
Yes, it will also force the Whitefish to reconsider blindly charging into the enemy. If it already wasn't clear enough, the Crusader standing watch. I mean, 6 guns pointing at your general direction is not exactly something you would want to charge into.
No, it's a warm and pleasant surprise, but not really the kind you've been asking for. Love Shack making a move here. Posing itself a bit, but moving back again.
Just a probe. Both teams are currently playing extremely cautiously, but Blue has the advantage with the first kills.
Yep, and also again, Whitefish loses its Watcha. Must retreat because it's not able to do much damage that way.
Carronade also doing work, popping them.
Yeah, I think it should be clear for Team Red that they're not able to do anything if they're approaching right head on. There's just too much firepower against them if they try it that way.
I do believe that that Watcher fish is a bit useless, since both the Artling and that Crusader over there counters the fish. It is certainly not a good choice for a red team.
No.
Armor
also,
break!
well,
And...
is it... It's not enough to go through the...
Blacksmith.
And another bumping into terrain.
A bit too early into going down that alleyway. Oh no. They're not doing good. Love Shack charging in to get the Bill Cipher, which now gets armor broken. But...
No follow-up though.
Helping Carronade helps out, and there goes the Love Shack's armor. Flax missed completely. Now the Whitefish charging in alone. This is just a meat grinder.
Just not to say, but it's totally Team Red's fault that this is a meat grinder. They're not forced into it if they didn't want to.
And goodbye, the fish.
Go with flaming fireworks. At least they got that.
The neighborhood fisher managed to get the correct bait out. Love Shack now in a desperate retreat.
Quite successful though, it looks. They got some distance between them and the Cypher.
For now. If they make it far enough back, their fish should be able to engage, but that is a bit of a risky maneuver, as once again that can just lead to a grinder. Bill Cipher being quite aggressive, and Sal's flying carpet following as well. I think the blue team hasn't realized that the Red's allies respawned, or maybe they just want to get the quick kill.
Now that's a time for a flank from Steel Whitefish, where it could actually be effective.
It
slightly
already
more
has.
At least.
It already has. There's 2 guns down, and the armor is broken. No Banshees, though. Oh,
yep,
there we go.
Comes. Bill Cipher was not fast enough with rebuilding their whole army.
But the Whitefish also lost its armor. But they didn't even take a bit of damage.
Not as much as before, though, luckily for him.
Another armor break. No damage. The crew on the flying carpet should really, well, they should pay attention to what their enemies, the state of the enemy's armor. Because if you can get lucky flak shots off, that can be quite a game changer.
True.
It is quite a demanding position to be on the mid deck because, well, you have to pay attention to which of the opportunities can you take.
Yes, it looks like Moshene is doing mid tech here. Keep an eye on the hull armor and shooting the flags while Captain Cook does front engineering.
Whitefish now charging in. Watcher goes out and they get popped. And that's... they cleave the side and oh... Terrain! Terrain!
Terrain.
Terrain
It was
ahead,
not
pull
a
up.
very good ram though.
And now the Love Shack attempting to...
Are they
This is
gonna die in
just-
the same spot? Oh, that's
That's
sad.
sad.
He's just following the fish around and they're stuck now.
That's indeed sad.
Yes, they're dead. Yes. Oh, dear
That's
God.
sad. Look,
That's the end for this match.
I
with
understand
the
the-
Thalassophobia winning 5-0.
I understand the choice to ram, but there's a heavy carry on the field. You're not going to do much with that. What a
Two.
sad
Oh.
finale.
Yes, an entertaining one, but quite sad for the team.
Now we shall proceed on to match 3, which is going to be Fear of the Ducks against the Fibulous Forvet. The word. I tried googling both of those words.
It's just a disaster of team names this week.
Yeah, 2 fears and a garble mishmash.
It looks like we have to call in the other team again.
You're on the wrong crew.
Or perhaps they've been watching the stream and have noticed that, well, it's time to come back.
If they're...
Alpha,
Oh.
that's not the opportune time to put out that supreme victory in the team chat. That was a supreme failure, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that was indeed quite a decisive match, I think.
And that
Looking at
finale.
their ambitions for tonight, with high expectations on taking home the victory of this tournament, and then losing 5-0 in the first match because of, I think, mostly bad chip choices and not optimal coordination between both team members.
That was not my prediction that I made, by the way. I just simply said that the balanced team thinks that Team 1 is going to win, or rather, the Fear of the Ducks will win. And the Ducks themselves also thought of the same, well, until this
True.
happened. And we shall begin with the next match, map voting. It seems that
Exactly.
currently democracy is currently lively, as both matches have had votings actively going on.
Well, at least from one team. It's good enough for tonight, I guess. So we see here Fibulous Forwurtle on Team Red against Thalassophobia on Team Blue again.
Thalassophobia has been... Wait, that isn't Thalassophobia, that's Fear of the Duck.
Oh, is it? Oh, my bad. True. Sorry. It's good to
Thalassophobia has
have
won
somebody
both
actually looking at
matches.
stuff here.
Well,
Did they?
Thalassophobia
Yes,
have won 2 matches already.
true. Well, let's see how this goes here then.
Oh, it seems democracy has fallen asleep.
Maybe teams are just discussing too intensively, so they forget about shouting out what they're actually won.
Or simply don't care.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they're both fine with Crown Gambit. It hasn't been a favorite of teams lately. Oh, there we go. Cryben speaks his mind.
Well, that was a complete last-second vote. A bath! A bath! In the middle of the
No.
Crucible! First you had to go to the toilets, and now you have to take a bath!
Well,
what's
it's not
going on?
surprising that he loses his matches that way.
It seems that Red Team is currently opposing the vote with a little bit of derelict. Yes, that does indeed work out.
Yes. Quite the last second leak out there. But at least we got something in. just imagine if there's a big election in your country, and people go to polls and votes, and then you say, oh well, we're gonna prolong the voting for another week because there wasn't enough people joining the votes.
Or worse, when there's a tie, they do a coin flip.
Totally reasonable thing.
It seems that my predictions are correct. Heads are biased.
Again, heads for tonight. Second time, we have to keep track of that to make it totally accurate statistics in the end.
And so, map's been changed, and now we shall begin with the 4-minute lobby timer. Both teams have lost to the thalassophobia, although the Fibulus Forvertal... I won't get over that name.
You still have a whole evening to try.
I guess. But yes. I might want to call them the double Fs, because, well... mishmash words. I do not like. To the people that are currently doing coin flips in Crucible discussion, apologies, but my flip counts, not yours.
It might be handy for the statistics though. Somebody should keep track of what they do. Not me though.
Well, me neither. And some with the flips. I feel like the whole Crucible discussion is now going to turn into a flip madness session. Next thing you know, there'll be bottle flips going on in the place.
So Cryban looks like he's taking his judgment. Well-beloved judgment for this round again. And we finally have a complete clanship here, with Veremai changing sides to the Steel Vanguard clan.
Wait, again? Why are you...
I mean, it looks pretty, you have to give him that.
Yes, but...
Sacrificed his honor for the sake of looking pretty.
It's already the, what? Second time this week that Veremai jumped ship. Or jumped clan, rather. First time was in Grox. I've no idea why anyone would willingly join that place.
Oh dear.
And now this. Well, at least the Steel Vanguard is... Wait.
it's an upgrade compared to the Grox.
Well, certainly. They are a bit... Well, they're a fine clan. But we all know R&D is the best.
I can't oppose you here, as I'm just a co-caster on the stream. Got something to lose.
There haven't been a lot of
30
changes
seconds left.
going on overall. No, it's a minute left.
No.
Well, 30 seconds until the
Yes,
ship lock.
um,
That, yes.
I always feel like the ship lock counts, actually. Because that's the interesting part of the lobby. Afterwards, it's just waiting.
Depends on the perspective. After the ship lock, there may be discussions about loadouts, final debates, and ideas.
For sure, I always felt like the captains really need that time to settle the last things before the match actually starts. But for a casting perspective, there's not much to do, except for telling people what ships we will be seeing. So Team Red, the Fibulus Fovertal, brings in sad engineering noises, the Corsair again, and the Walrus. Right,
There won't be much terrain to ram against with here. If they worked up ramming in canyons, this is not going to look good for them.
Well, who knows? Maybe they practiced and feel super confident with their Corsair now.
I
And
doubt
Blue
it.
brings a Judgment and a Pyramidion, complete makeover from that horrible last match.
Complete. They just simply painted their ship.
So Water Hazard, that's a pretty favorite map of many people too, because it's so well balanced. It allows for many
It's-
strategies and does not really favor one team.
It's also quite open, so sniping matches common this map. But there are also the Bridges of Doom that you have to watch out for.
The well-known Bridges of Doom that most of us who have been captaining before know are terrible, because you don't see them, but they kill you nevertheless.
I think Richard should work on breakable bridges.
I think they're just fine the way they are. They have given us so many spectacular kills here.
Let us get into the ship callouts. Ship number 1 is Sad Engineer Noises, piloted by Portable Grump. Same old Corsair, front carronade, side Gatling watches, and a back harpoon. I hope to not hear those Sad Engineer noises today anymore. Ship number
They
2,
surely do too.
the Walrus. Double Gat, double flak, watcha. Piloted by Italian Flamer, the Shrike.
The ship number 3 is piloted by Crewcible, the Steel Overseer. It's a Judgment. Haven't seen one in quite a while. With a Nemesis heavy carronade in front, with a laser and an Artemis 2, and the back brings Huacha and carronade. And the ship number 4, Dancing Together by Alpha Sierra, is a Metamidian with Gatling and Mortar, and the side features a Banshee and a flare gun.
Of particular note, Ira's on the main deck. Expect flares. Expect those annoying flares.
Nice, nice. I love to see a lot of flares.
Red down
are-
low, blue up high. And there goes the Walrus for a little bit of a sneaky watcher.
Steel Overseer not able to turn fast enough to deal with him.
And
Breaking the
loses
first
2
Watcher
guns.
load.
Sad engineer noises.
Turning to bring his Watcher to bear against the other Watcher.
And didn't work.
No, it was disabled first by the Walrus. Crew is currently working on rebuilding it.
I do believe, however, that the Walrus just screwed up the sad engineer noises attempt for a ram.
Yeah, it takes the Watcher now instead of the Walrus.
Armor break on the Steel Overseer. Side Watcher goes wildly off course.
Feels more like the Walrus is dancing around the Pyramidion than dancing with the Pyramidion.
Dancing alone, it seems. And first
yeah, dancing
kill.
very successfully by killing the Judgment.
First kill for red.
That engineering
You
noises was
typically
popped.
don't
going
want to
down
stand
there.
in front of a Metamidian. Oh,
Walrus is learning it the hard way now. Guess they're hoping for the Watcher to come back for
not
another
seeing the
disable.
vicious flares though.
That's true. He's probably got enough fixing down
Steel
there.
Overseers
He's
decide to respawn. Not a smart play, in my opinion. As dancing
They
together
have
is
to be
currently.
very fast there.
They won't
They're-
be.
Use hydrogen to come up, but dancing together is already in a very bad spot.
Sad engineering noise is not turning off their brains and ramming. But they are about to lose armor, and there it goes. Can the
They get
oh
rammed,
no!
indeed.
Oh no!
Oh! Dancing together is able to get that kill before they die themselves.
Oh, but the
to hands of
Walrus.
The Walrus.
Gets the kill as well. Now it's a 1 versus 1, with red team still in the advantage. The Walrus deciding to back off. Technically, this is blue spawn, but that's the edge of the map there. And the broken engine. They are now
Yeah, the
attempting to make
Italian flamer has to get out of there fast. They will be clearly outnumbered now that the Dancing Together is back on their feet.
utilizing the little rock here to get a breather, but get on the move. That's still the edge of the map. You don't want to get
Steel
stuck
Overseer
there.
is luring on the other side of the wall, waiting for them to come out because you know they have to.
That is going to be an attempt at a pincer maneuver, but the Walrus just simply sneaks on below them. They didn't even see this escape.
Moon shining away, all silence. I mean, the Shrike isn't a very subtle ship too, with all its colors that it's flying. And Team Blue only realizes now that their target has already escaped.
Well, they did indeed spot the Walrus at the last second, but it's too late. As the Walrus is already reconnected with sad engineer noises. And
Both
the next battle.
down at the water level, having a quick bath to refreshen themselves before the next battle.
Like Crybon.
True. He was. They thought like if he can do that, we do it too. It's just in match. Flying very low, still bump against the mountains there.
Maybe take a fresh swim. The summer is quite a hot one.
It looks like it's raining though. Maybe it's just warm rain then.
The Walrus goes in for the flank and a bit too high. That's not going to be a good Dancing Together, outmaneuvering the Walrus.
Corsair trying to rush in,
And
not able
misses.
to get a ram. Losing their hull armor instead.
My suggestion, if you want to learn how to ram with a lighter ship. They're more maneuverable. Of course, ramming with a lighter ship is not exactly something that you would want to do.
It's got its downsides too, but at least you're hitting stuff.
Well,
Yeah, Steel Overseer completely disabled, no guns there.
oof.
Giving said engineers some time to breathe, but Dancing Together is on their ass.
Oof. Balloons. Oh, there are the flares. There are the flares. Balloon goes down.
Oh yes. That was too much for that balloon to take. Steel Overseer is not really able to deal well with the Shrike's maneuverability.
And mortars. And the Walrus rushing in to save their ally. A bit too late. And now they will make another escape
The front
attempt.
face of the Pyramidion now.
They will now
Symbol will
attempt to
match.
escape, but this is a repeat of last time.
Yeah, they don't really feel like just running. They want to make it spectacular.
Why are they staying here? They're gone now. That was a little bit of a ballsy maneuver there.
I don't really know why they were stopping there after they already had the advantage. They're faster than a Pyramidion.
They just simply stayed the one place you don't want to stay in when facing a Pyramidion. It's front.
The blue team hardly taking any damage.
And they're in the lead currently.
So this is Fear of the Duck leading 3 against 2. Against the Fiddler's Fulvertal.
Fear wins against random gibberish words.
It all comes down to the team names tonight.
Most assuredly so. But it also comes down to how each team is performing.
True. Team Red again favoring a very low position. Staying under cover beneath those clouds.
As for learning how to ram, I actually ram with a magnate often. You'd be surprised how
Does it work out? It's just like a lot of hull that you can expose.
there are certain ships you don't want to ram with, particularly Corsairs galleons. But everything else, if the enemy doesn't have a heavy carronade, it can
You're
be beautiful.
free to go. Mm.
Especially with harpoons. Oh, the magic.
Yes, harpoons are a lovely thing. In the hands of the right people.
And with harpoons, you can get some glorious dancing. That's real dancing together.
That would be a nice loadout for that Pyramidion that Alpha Sierra is flying. Put on some harpoons. Start the dancing. Good point there.
The most amazing moments, though, are when a squid gets harpooned, flies behind you, goes full speed, and then gets pulled back in. Oof. The pain.
The pain is real.
I can already feel it from here. And that happens, it's just beautiful. On the receiving end,
Well,
of course, it's not.
Absolutely. But squids deserve that kind of pain. They're so nimble and agile.
But
They
the
can suffer a
Shrike
bit from
showing off
harpooning
its
sometimes.
agility and now disabling the engines of the dancing together.
Dancing together, completely
And
useless.
that's a
facing the
ram.
panorama there.
And that's a broken arm.
Oh, they're not very lucky with their rams tonight. Still need some practice from portable ground
Typically,
to get them down correctly.
A judgment is not a ship you would normally ram. You can ram it, of course. If you're brave enough, you can ram with anything against anything.
That's true. The walrus tried to keep dancing together off his ally.
And
very
oh
successfully,
no.
though. Sad engineering noises down again, but dancing together takes a huge bit of perma damage too.
Sad engineer noises. 2 engines down, 2 guns down, and the walrus is now in the spotlight, literally.
It's able to get the hull break on dancing together, but no follow-up. Only the
Sad
gas
engineer
damage.
noises. There's a harpoon at the back of your ship. Perhaps you can do some dancing with the dancing together.
Feels like they're not very much into it right now.
No, they're running as the walrus loses armor, and the overseer using claws to turn with good speed. Dancing together, almost losing armor, but gets it up in
They
time.
don't have much permahull left there.
Or armor.
Untouchable, I will finish them.
Armor break, but the
down it
walrus is
goes.
not in position. They could have rammed them. That now would be an apt time to ram the enemy.
Oh, sad engineering noises.
And 2
Going down.
explosions. 2 fireworks go off. That's another trade.
Nice. Yeah, I think they're just making fireworks tonight, celebrating 4th of July with all of us.
Oh no.
That's the first time Seal Overseer actually brings to bear its lasers to a good amount of damage.
Not
Well,
really the first
not
time.
able to escape.
Not really the
I
first
felt
time.
like I've never really seen them getting a hull armor break like this here.
They have been using their laser, but not that often and not that particularly well. The walrus is now in... They should run.
They
It's their
should
last
really
death.
run.
If they die again, it's over. Which will happen.
Yeah, the Italian Flamer is playing a very risky strategy here by staying. and
Sad
will
engineer
very
noises, you
probably-
have to charge in. There's no other choice. But
Yeah,
there's
well,
no
I guess
saving
the walrus is
that.
down before.
There's no saving
Aw.
that. There is no
That
saving
was just a bit too bold to stay in there.
Sad engineering noises not being able to, well, perform up as well as they should be. Fear of the Dark wins with a 5-3. Thalassophobia mentioning... A person on Thalassophobia mentioning that they need a tipsy captain. Apparently. Now we shall get into the next map. We are currently halfway through this event. Oh, the next map will most likely be a favorite for many people. Especially its creator. It is the one and only Kinforth.
Nice. And so we repeat the face-off Fibulous Forwardle against Thalassophobia as the first match tonight, since this is number 4 for this tournament.
Now it begins again.
Let's see what people do different this time, or how matches evolve differently on different maps.
Good grief, only eaten 4 of 20 pieces of chocolate.
I didn't have any time to eat some. Glad you remind me.
Yes, now's the apt time to consume your goodies whilst we wait for the teams to gather up. We're going to be starting map votes early because, well, the important people are here. Mainly the captains, who actually have to perform the voting.
I'm very sure that people are fine with that.
Well, I'm sure people would want to get through this a bit faster and to cut down on the lobby waiting time.
No, that's the main game. People enjoy that.
Apologies. But maybe they want to play the minigame of Lobbies of Icarus.
I'm not sure that's why they're here. Alright.
To repeat once again to the viewers and to anyone who's watching, I am not fine with people saying we are fine with map X. Either vote for a map or don't. It confuses me, it confuses everyone, and it certainly is not helpful.
Nope. Although it's nice that you try to be friendly. Doesn't really help with stuff.
Does not help. Match timer now active, as we are getting into
Nice.
the lobby of match 4.
So here we will have, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the Fibulous Forwardle on Team Red against Thalassophobia on Team Blue.
Everything is correct, indeed.
Nice, finally. And Thalassophobia already scored 2 wins tonight, while the Forwardle still
And-
remain bare of any.
Of course, talks of the drinks of intoxication in chat.
Come on guys, don't drink and drive, everybody knows that. Especially not if referees are watching.
You don't need a drink to taste the insanity and the craziness, believe me.
It's true, very true.
And Crewcible is not the place you should be consuming beverages, of course. What's this image?
So
Now
it
we-
looks like Team Red is finally getting away from their Crusader that didn't work out 2 times.
And now they're going for double Pyramidion. Risky.
Well, they're still not really giving up on those ramming things. But it's easier to pull off on a Pyramidion.
Yeah, Pyramidion is also a valid choice for ramming. However, I highly suggest not using a Crusader now that 2 Pyramidions are on the field.
I was about to point out the same thing. The Crusader is in a very dangerous spot here against 2 Pyramidions.
It's doable. I just don't believe in them.
Yeah, they won't treat him kindly if they're left to do so.
We have 1 Metamidion and 1 Gatling double Banshee Pyramidion.
The Bean Machine. Nice.
I hope Grump doesn't have Tar. Yes,
Let me check. Oh,
no Tar.
she leaves that out for tonight.
Now that is honor. Nobody
Just
likes a
say.
Tar.
It is a valid tool, but it just annoys people so much.
not enough, it's a detriment to your team more than it is to the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen situations in competitive play where tar was useful, but they're like, you can count them on one hand. It's only 30 seconds or a bit less left. And Team Blue changed completely, with Team Red trying to adapt to that. Lots of last-minute changes. And
Both
that's
teams
what
have-
we're going for.
Both teams have the Saldarim.
That was... I think it was a judgment before, though. Before the ship
Before the lock.
I think he just changed guns.
There is a request for extension. 1 minute.
Sounds reasonable here, as teams were changing very much in the last few seconds of allowed ship changing things.
No, Grump. There is a recent addition to the Crucible rule set. I took inspiration, I'll be honest.
Yes, I mean, very, very reasonably so. It is a good rule for team, I think. It also removes a lot of hate for last minute changes that totally messed up your strategy. Shattered Flame changing back to his trusty Pyramidian Bill Cypher that we've seen 2 rounds now. And Italian Flamer changing to a Goldfish. Oh, I think that was before.
We have 2
Ship
Pyramidians and then 3 Pyramidians, and here we go again.
Looks like they're not really decided yet what they really want to go for. I guess the ship lock will decide if they end up with a Pyramidian or a Goldfish if they keep changing it in the same pattern.
Ship lock now active, so everyone's stuck with whatever they chose. What's noteworthy is that none of the 3 Pyramidians on the field are Metamidians. All of them have something else.
True, although I feel like Artling rised a lot in the captain's favors for a while now. It's almost more often flown than the Metamidian.
It's a kind of a jack of all trades. It disables, it kills.
Yeah, it's got a fair amount of killing damage too. And it's more versatile. You're not just stuck to move on close on ships and kill them. You can also help out your ally if it needs to be.
But it can be certainly difficult to get good kills with that.
So let's move on to ship callouts then.
Yes,
Got
indeed.
on ship number 1, captained by Portable Grump, the Bean Machine. It's a Pyramidian with Captain Banshee and Flare Gun.
Oh, we already have a pause requested.
Just as we start.
Well, we have
Looks like
time.
Xfrail has some connection problems. Since he seems disconnected here. Right, no movements on ships anymore. As we continue with ship number 2, La Cianella, captained by the Talon Flamer. It's a Artling Pyramidian with flak and a flare on the side.
So,
Who was
ship
firing, by the way?
1 of the Red Pyramidians. No flares. That's legal.
Know your rules, guys. Know your rules.
Ship number 3 is the Saldafa, piloted by Saldarim. It is Kill Judgment with flak double laser. with a back harpoon and watcher. A pure kill judgment. And ship number 4 is the Bill Cipher. Pilots hit by Shadowed Flame. It is a Artling with the Gatling Artemis on the front and a flak flare on the main deck.
Seems like Ickthrill is still... Oh, no, here he comes. Just disconnected them, or connected again the moment I was looking.
Already I can say is that, what I can already say is that the judgment really is going to be quite strong, as 3 guns beat 2 most often.
Yeah, but I heard rumors of those lasers not being in arc at the same times.
It's difficult, I'll say that much. A valid alternative would be a Gatling and a Mercury, or just double Gatling. Depends on the situation.
Or maybe switch one for the Hades. That might work out too.
Yes, that also works, but it requires a decent engineer to shoot and deal
True.
reliable damage.
True. It's lovely if it works out though. Just looking at those fireballs flying around the match is always satisfying.
Lights the place up. They could be technically a firework replacement. In
True.
game.
Would be nice.
The
Both
flares also
teams
work.
Running around the match in circles again.
Again, Kinforth is
Yeah.
certainly the map to run around in circles with, especially since the noodle incident occurred here.
True. Ah, famous noodle incident. I love how certain matches and events just make it into the common memory of Victor's communities.
Well, mostly mine, since I can't forget about the time someone decided to eat noodles mid-match, but, well...
Well, I mean, we've have had people taking baths mid-match here, so...
Well, baths in lobby. It's not the match.
True. It's a bit less worse.
Both
Bit less
teams
sad.
still just circling.
They will have to change that sometimes if they want to find each other.
I can
Wondering
only
how many
wonder.
turns it needs before they realize that. Oh, both teams deciding now to make a bold move and discover the inside of this city a little bit.
Not exactly bold. There are some flanking opportunities, and there's also the possibility that the blue team is sitting right outside of the city.
Yeah, the courage left them as soon as they started digging into those walls.
At least they stopped moving. And now there might actually be a chance for an engagement in the next minute.
Yeah, La Janella and the Bean Machine are exploring the depths of the city here. All those hidden tunnels and stuff where you can go through.
There's holes in the buildings. And the tipped pilots can
Go through that? If you're
Yes.
small enough? Nice. That's a lovely one.
Of course, squids can take the most practical usage of these holes, but some of the smaller ships can fit through there.
That's good to know. Just imagine like you're flying by and a squid pops out of one of these holes. I would be frightened to death.
Blue team is dangerously split up. Red team now moving in the middle of
Yeah,
both exposed
Being in
blue.
a place where they could start to spot Team Blue.
And trigger
There we go.
the paranoia of spots.
Hellfire asking in the match chat, does this count as testing for the SCS map pool?
Well, firstly, this isn't a map that is on the testing pool, I do believe, but second, I'd say somewhere in the middle between yes and no. I mean, this is competitive, but it isn't the same kind that is shown off in SCS. Things are usually a little bit more proactive, as the Legionella now charging in.
Ooh, they're very proactive in this engagement. leaving the bean machine behind to catch up.
And that's not going to be good for them.
Nope, that was a very bad move from Legend.
And Flak goes in. Pain is dealt.
That was just a little bit too bold there. Though the bean machine is able to retaliate, but the damage is already dealt to Legend.
To the Judgment. And the Judgment already gets first kill. For blue. Bill Cipher armor broken as well. My suggestion. Use Loch Nagar on that Flak. Only two men use Loch Nagar and Flak. You can one-shot kill a Pyramidion with Loch Flak. Well, almost. But the armor damage that you need to do afterwards is...
It's marginal.
It's tiny. It's extremely tiny.
The bean machine trying to sneak out through those buildings the way they came here.
It's time to look up these facts. A Loch Nagar heavy flak does 1,040 hull damage per shot.
Ouch!
And a Pyramidian's hull is 700. Maybe I've gotten a couple of things wrong. Though often enough, you don't get a direct hit. You get the AoE hit, because, well, those nasty components cause issues.
What about a buffed flak? Does it do even more damage?
Well, of course, the question is by what amounts. And we shall see if it's buffed. It's 1,140, an additional 100 damage.
Right, so we see here Lachanel engaging again without their ally right behind him. The machine is not so far away this time, though.
Judgment is certainly bringing the pain. The blue team must... Oh, apologies. Red team must maneuver from below, as lasers do not have arcs downwards. It is
I'm not sure if they're aware of this fact, looking at their movements.
Well, they may be, as they are certainly going down to adapt to their enemy, but they're not consistently staying down long enough for it to have an effect.
Yeah, I mean, once they're close enough to the South Alpha, they're pretty safe from the lasers if they go around them.
That's an early hydrogen. A bit too early. You
Legionella
typically
again
want to be in their
focused.
face before. But no flags. Never mind.
There
The
it
flag
goes.
goes out, but that wasn't Loch Nagar. Sadly.
And we get some hits on Soldafa too, with Bill Cipher
But
angrily coming in
Legionella-
from behind.
Armor broken. Bill Cipher looking to boop. The meat machine gets Soldafa though. Oh, that's a
And it
boop.
looks
That's a
like-
Goomba!
Yeah. Nice!
Goomba.
I haven't seen them in a while. Goomba stomped. Good work, Bill Cipher. A very pleasant kill.
Now it is the bean machine against the slightly damaged Bill Cipher.
Yeah, Bean Machine is still in blue spawn here, so they want to
They
be
know
careful.
that, and they are retreating. Though maybe not in the right
Full
direction.
moonshine backwards. Looks like they're safe for now.
For
Maybe
now.
those lasers will reach him.
We are almost approximately halfway into the match, and only 3 kills have occurred.
Flags go out, but they don't do anything, and even if they would have hit, that's not much damage they do.
Blue team deciding that one lost Pyramidion is not worth the trouble of getting exposed into a flank. But weapons fire
Yeah, I
is
mean,
still
they-
being exchanged downrange.
They do have the long range advantage with flags and
He has
lasers,
2 lasers.
so they can safely stay back there.
So therefore reducing altitude to compensate for those lasers, so that they can finally hit their target. Red team just sitting around waiting for an opportune moment to go around.
Yeah, I hope those two captains are discussing strategies for a short moment, considering what they should do to prevent mishaps like in the first engagement.
Both ships have decently experienced pilots, so they should at least be getting some knowledge from their more experienced comrades.
True.
Double laser goes out. The pain being pointed at La Gianella.
Oh,
But they
yeah,
go
Legionella
under.
is taking another.
But they go under.
The bean machine now charging in. Looks like Bill Cipher is their first target.
Bean machine now going for Saldafa. La Gianella almost broken, but Saldafa now switching targets to the bean machine. They will fall shortly. Lochnagar flak.
That was a normal flag.
Who doesn't have Lochnagar? It's Koek, and I can't see his third ammo. No lock. It's saddening because this is a Metamidian situation and you will be charged down. Use a Lochnagar.
Yeah, I mean, Cook surely does know how to use it.
Of
That's
course.
not the issue.
Of course. I'm not implying that.
But it
doesn't.
looks like what he has with him is enough for tonight's match.
Still, a flak is a flak, and judgment is a judgment, so the power is undeniable. As blue team is currently in the advantage, 4-1. Thalassophobia once again proving that their fear of the sea is certainly warranted.
Even here in the snowy hills of Kentford.
Technically, this is an island. This is sort of an island area, and well, the sea is around the entirety of the Anglian Islands, so...
True. Well, the question is then, how did Thalassophobia come here? They had to fly above the sea, which they fear so much.
Or maybe they were born here, and...
Well, we've seen them in other battle places before.
That is true.
Different parts of the countries.
So there can be only one alternative. They flew over the sea. I'm guessing they decided to not look down.
Very brave people indeed. They took their way up here. And it pays off. It looks like they're winning this match. For now. There might still be a turnover.
And there is another ring around Rosie. Pocket full of posies.
Well, Team Blue can surely sustain that. They're leading.
Team Blue is fine. Team Red... Oh, they're not in a good position right now.
Not at all.
But that's dangerous. Blue team once again splitting up for no apparent reason. Red team now sees Saldafa. Spot for a second.
Get overconfident again, like other teams did tonight.
Yes, but blue team is at least slightly realizing their situation. Are attempting to regroup. Still not good. Not good at all. Die Dust in the stream chat believes for a turnaround. I do not. I'll be frank. I do not.
Neither do I, but I would be happy to be surprised on this one.
Yeah, certainly. Red still has a chance, but it's highly unlikely. Blue only needs one kill.
And Blue didn't get those kills just by chance. They really earned it with their playstyle.
And that judgment, of course.
And Legionella once again being ahead of their teammate.
But, oh, the flak. Oh, the flax.
I'm not sure. Did they get the kill on Will Cyrus?
We will see.
Whatever.
It was one kill before. No, they didn't. So that was an extremely timely intervention on behalf of the judgment, as it is a 5-1 in favor of Thalassophobia. I think we can already nominate our grand victors for this Crucible.
Yeah, and very well deserved too. Let's have a look at who's gonna be next in this match. Yeah, we gotta see
Thalassophobia.
another round of Thalassophobia on the red side against Fear of the Duck on blue.
Match 4, no, 5 of 6. We are closing into the finale of the Crucible for this week. But there are still ways to go.
Yeah, we still have 2 other matches coming up here.
The current scattering of teams, however, is confusing me. What is going on?
It feels like they're not sure if they're Thalassophobia who has to go to red or not. Wasn't that message clear enough?
I
thought
think
was
it
hard
should
to
be.
misunderstand it. But now the next team is joining in, and the mess is going to be even greater.
Oh
Cryban
god.
ending up in the wrong spot.
This mess is mess.
Oh, I see. That was the reason.
Oh, so
With
Koek is...
probably being AFK.
Well, I certainly don't want to give him the boot. But...
Oh, he'll find
Well-
his way in if needed to be.
Well, I will offer the option. If there is no forced movement.
Yeah, it looks like the Fear of Duck is still missing 1 team member, so for now we're good. Stop it. Yeah, we've seen too many AFKs tonight in times that they shouldn't have happened.
Yes, we will begin map voting, however, as all of the important pilots are here.
Nope. Oh well, yes, do map vote away. If Alpha Sierra is deciding to get some cookies when we're map voting.
Cookies? Wait, what? Substitutes required?
But
What?
Moshina is here. Oh, Moshina has to leave. Oh, we should maybe wait.
We will wait whilst we attempt to rectify the situation.
Do we have any subs on standby?
A good plenty of them. We have a
It's true,
wide
they just
selection.
need to respond right now.
This will certainly mess up leaderboard creations for me,
Aw.
though.
Aw,
I'll have to
I
add
already
an
pity you
additional
now.
team entry. No one moves, eh? I doubt that. I have a certain ability to...
Oh, there we go. No,
Move.
its situation resolved itself. Thanks
Yes,
to Captain
but-
Kirk coming back. We still need a sub for Saldarim's team, though.
The recruiting ping has been sent.
Let's see who responds first. Sage Teller might be the one. He's not already in the
No, he's already in teams. So
That's not very useful, though. He might... No, it's not allowed to bring people from other teams that are already playing, right?
yes, I do believe so. We'll have to check the rules, though.
What do the mighty rules say about this issue?
Still hunting, still hunting.
All those rules are long and complicated.
Not really, but yes, there's no mention.
Are we allowed to do it or not?
Not allowed. It is indeed illegal.
Huskineer might be open. I think that might be a viable choice. As far as I know, he's around the same levels, more or less, as Moshin is.
Yes, indeed. So,
Good, looks like we're getting Huskineer to sub on Saldarim's ship. If things
which
work out
is
fine.
this team? Which one is missing the sub?
It is Thalassophobia, which is winning 3
That's
matches
team
so far.
2, so
Exactly.
granted.
Alright, looks like we're all done to
Yes,
continue the
sorting
match.
complete. Issue has been rectified, and we shall now begin with the timer.
Time away then.
Wait,
Did we finish
wait!
the
Whoa,
map
whoops!
voting? Yes, we were about to start map voting when issues arose.
I thought we had passed through the map voting, but
No, we didn't even make it to the map votes. So
my
yeah,
brain
you see
skips
guys
and
doing refereeing stuff and all the organization
Wait, who's
is taking a big partition of your brain.
who's attempting to log on to my Blizzard app through from Vietnam?
Oh, you've been hacked.
Well, thank God I
Am
have.
am I even talking to the right Senna? Or is that
Yes,
somebody
yes,
else
you are
that's
talking to the
talking
correct
from
one because I have a
Vietnam?
phone verification on.
So it looks like Team Blue is voting for Oblivion South and Team Red is voting for Derelicts. And people still haven't realized that we are fine with this map doesn't help. Sorry. It's nice that you want to help, and we appreciate it, but it's would be more pleasant.
It's
if you just said
confusing.
nothing. Mhm.
Derelict indeed wins.
Alright, was it another head or was it tails?
There was no coin flip. The other team just didn't vote.
Oh, maybe they misunderstood it and thought, well, if we're not voting, we want to the Oblivion South. But I mean, doesn't matter. people will be fine with Derelict, as it's a well-balanced and well-accepted map anyways.
Yes, indeed. Now, 4-minute timer is on. To be surprising that you can actually do the same ring around rosies on this map as well.
True. Chances are that you spot the other team through the windows of this huge caress of the airship there. But there are unfortunately many maps where you can do this go around roses things, if you want some cover on it too. It's hard to make a covered map with no options to not find each other.
Loud typing noises ensue. Well, I can't do much since I'm working on an antique keyboard.
Well, it sounds very important though, I have to give you that. Very busy people that have to type out that loud.
I've been wanting to replace this thing for quite a while. I've had it for like, what? 10 years?
Oh wow! That's slightly more time than I would have expected on this thing.
Well, my monitor's as well ancient, with the same age.
Well, as long as it still works, that's all you can ask for.
So long as I don't kick the cable.
Oh well. Keyboards with cable are much more comfortable than just running out of battery in the middle of some
Yeah,
matches.
I'm talking about the screen. If I kick the cable, it turns the screen into a vibrant pink.
That's a nice feature.
Well, certainly for me it isn't, since I can't move my legs around too much. I actually have to
Careful on
be
that one.
careful.
Oh, I could live with that. I need some movement from my legs. If I sit in front of the computer for too long.
Shattered Flame wants the Crucible roll. So you can get the Crucible roll by going to Discord roles and then reacting to the Crucible.
It looks like
Message.
Bots is mobbing him.
Really now? Well, I have authority to manually grant the roll as well, so here, have at thee.
One lucky boy to get the role. Why Senok himself? Not many get those honors lately.
Now actually everyone gets the honor of getting assigned a role. Someone has to assign the team roles.
That's true. I'm lucky enough to be in the elusive circle of having staff roles. Don't have to be bothered with that anymore. And it looks like people are rather static about their ship choices in this match. We will most probably see a Magnet in the Pyramidion on Team Red and a Judgment in the Pyramidion combination for Team Blue. Which is, once again, Team Red is Thalassophobia against
What
Fear
is-
of Duck on Team Blue.
Frivolous Forvertal has an interesting bug on. Oh, also timer. Jesus. They've sent some interesting images.
What was their issue? With the ground?
I'm guessing. Oh, look at the. Oh, that looks like loading issue. That looks like a loading issue.
Huh.
I've seen that. I've seen that before. I've had some crazy loading issues myself, to be honest. The craziest one has to be me loading in as a gunner, but on a Magnate, but I can't see the platforms that the heavy guns are on. I can't see if the screen goes red and the armor breaks on my ship.
That's a comfortable position to be in. Like, you just don't care for the ship falling apart.
The whole bar is constantly full. I can't
Well,
see hit markers, which is important on as a gunner, especially as a flag gunner.
Oh, true, yes. Dear.
Probably one of the craziest loading errors I've seen in a while.
I'm just thinking, I never really had any so far. Not any that I
You
would remember
require
of.
a potato PC in order to bear witness to loading errors. As serious as that.
I'm very happy to call myself owner of a not total potato PC.
Well, I can say the same for myself currently, as I now have a homemade PC that is now
Nice.
living up to my expectations quite nicely.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad to hear if those stuff turns out as it should. I've had my PC that I built for myself for like, let me think, must be around 8 years or something.
Oh,
And it
that's...
still works perfectly fine without many additions to the actual equipment.
Well, I have had a potato PC that has lasted me 10 years. I do believe that that is actually quite an impressive amount of time.
Yes, indeed. I mean, that's good amount, good age for a PC. Doesn't really help with getting less potato-y though, over time.
Yes, now let us get into the ship callout. Ship number 1 is the Saldama. Of course, Saldarim being original as he is with his naming of ships, it is a Magnate. Double Gatling up front, a Flak Artemis on mid-deck, and double watch on the back. Ship number 2 is the Bill Cipher, pelted by a Shattered Flame. It's Metamidian with front cap mortar, and a side flamer for that cooking, and a flare.
If you want even more fire. Then we have ship number 3, piloted by Crewcible. It's the Steel Overseer, with a Lumberjack up front, and a combination of Hades and Artemis. In the back he sports a Huacha and a Carronade. And for the last ship, we've got Alpha Sierra piloting the Dancing Together again, which is Northling, Gatling Artemis front, and Banshee Flare on the sides.
Once again, eyes open for those flares, as they may make another surprise return.
I'm still waiting for the first flare kill on Crewcible. Maybe it's due tonight.
I've seen crazy pilot flare kills. Oh, Saldama getting
Now,
rammed.
double broken.
That must be...
Sustained the balloon pop very well, but got double focused by the team.
Blue
and is
team
on a
lacks
bad
kill
position.
power. They have lots of disabling guns, but not a lot of kill guns. Those Automi deal hull damage against, well, decent hull damage, but they're not enough to kill quickly.
No, they're not really a quick kill gun. Bill Cipher does have the kill damage though, whereas is not really able to pull him off after a
Boop,
rather mishap.
boop again. Uppercuts going up. Saldama being in a miserable state, though. Oh, and there goes the armor
Steel
break.
Overseer
And, well, there we go. The Metamidian gets the first kill.
does get fast kills done.
Yeah, and
As
now
opposed
red
to
team has the
Dancing Together.
advantage
Yep.
of
Dancing
being...
Together gets the kill with the Artemis eventually.
Red team should still be aware as this is blue spawn. At least I think so. Hang on, let me
It is,
consult
yes.
the database. Yes, where it is. Derelict. That
Oh,
is
Dancing
blue
Together
spawn,
getting pushed
indeed.
around
And
very
boof.
hard.
This is another meat grinder. Except with
Oh.
red team now just sticking enemy spawn and just going ham. However, that may go to an end soon. Lumber shots go in. With enough AoE, those things can do work, but they get popped. Bill Cipher now popped. Will slowly go down, and the armor will also break.
Ooh. Nice damage from Steel Overseer there.
It's only 20% though, but any amount of percent can change the tide of battle. Saldama crazily charging in. I hope they're not trying to ram the thing.
I wouldn't be so sure with Zaldarim as a captain. He's been known for crazy ramming action lately, or
He learns
That's
from
true.
the best.
He does, and he's quite successful with it sometimes.
Now is the time to ram. Do it. The enemy is behind the rock. The enemy has a rock behind them. Now you stop moving. You
No.
disappoint me.
He's got a little bit more careful with his ramming lately, obviously.
Bill
Bill
Cipher,
Cipher
gone.
going down.
Saldama now alone in enemy territory. A
And he's
hasty
just too
retreat.
big to run away here.
A hasty retreat would be advised, but the
True.
vibrant colors, and there goes Watcher. No, they're not getting
Ooh,
away.
dancing together nicely blocked that Watcha with its balloon. Sparing Steel Overseer from any serious gun damage.
There goes a break, but no follow-up. Nobody was even shooting at the thing.
He just didn't care. Now Saldama is broken out, and they take quite a bit of damage from the Banshee.
Steel Overseer
That's-
loses 3 guns, its whole front collection. And there goes a little bit of side Banshee and Artemis. Yeah, that's a goodbye
Yeah.
from Saldama.
Saldama ignored that Pyramidion for too long.
And a goodbye.
I mean,
What
not
I
really
would suggest
blame there.
in these kinds of situations, go all head full, try to ram one of the ships, deal perma damage.
Yes, that's the best bet you can to just make the best out of your
A
miserable
1,000!
state.
Is that 1,000% of hull?
Well, let's hope not.
Then that thing would
They
actually be
cheated
invincible.
themselves more hull.
If
I've
they
got no
did,
idea what Alpha Sierra is referring to there.
if they did, Richard would like to have a word with them, I think. The second message, of course, was to cover up the whole fact that that was just simply a mistyping.
So yeah, Team Blue did get the better end of this engagement in the end. with
Because
having
they
a
were
quick
fighting
kill
in their
on both
own
sides.
spawn.
Indeed.
Now Red is once again going to blindly charge the enemy. But at least this time it's no ring around rosies to start things off. Automai go out.
It's hard to hit something on that distance if both ships are moving though.
Most assuredly so. But there's also the risk of getting popped. Lumberjack and Magnate ends with the popped balloon.
Almost always, it's true. It's such a convenient target if you're shooting a lumberjack.
One of the most convenient. Since Magnate also isn't that fast. Although it is technically faster than a Pyramidion, it has high top speed.
That's true. When looking at those ships, it's a bit surprising. But the Magnet is mostly so big because of its huge balloons.
But it can also be a benefit. Those balloons can soak up a little bit of damage meant for the hull. Both teams now deciding to play it passively. The waiting game.
Team Red made bad experiences with charging into blue spawn, and they don't want to repeat that.
They do have to move because blue is the kill advantage. And they will do what I predicted they would do. Go through the relic. Or derelict.
That classic.
Hey,
It's nice
it's
to see
there
some
for a
action in
reason.
there.
Blue team, of course, now expecting maybe the Pyramidion is pointed in the direction of the relic. Ah, obviously we're onto the shenanigans a bit.
Yeah, he's trash talking a bit.
Fun fact, us spectators can see a couple of grey dots on the compass. Do you see it?
Mhm.
Those are the walls from the neighboring map, Oblivion South.
Oh really? I always wondered. Nice.
This
Gee,
is
you can't even
certainly
see
the
them in
same
some
PvE
spots.
map. yes, if you peer open the hill of, let's say, F, somewhere around F or something. We should stop looking at walls right now because there's a battle going on. I do not want to go off in a different universe
Yes.
about this.
Teams finally found each other. Team
Fighting
Red
goes on.
emerging from the derelict.
Pyramidians go nose to nose, and Bill Cipher loses armor.
Yeah, he was focused by both blue ships there. Well, Soldama was able to get an armor break here,
Steel
but not
Overseer
fast enough.
armor broken, but no flags. Bill Cipher, goodbye. Valiant service. This may actually be the first time Thalassophobia loses, if they keep this up. However, the Steel Overseer now at extremely low perma levels. That flag
There was
doesn't
a good
work,
move
though.
from Soldama there.
But they're still alone in enemy territory and no ally, and it's the last kill. Either they get out of there or they kill one of the enemy. Neither of which are likely to happen. That also isn't the time to ram.
Just want to say, he's ramming finally, but, well, might secure him the escape though, because dancing
Well,
together got quite
he
confused
got
of where
away.
they should be pointing.
Bill Cipher now attempting to rescue their besieged ally.
Yep, hopefully they don't overextend here.
Yes, that is also a serious issue that often occurs, where you're just simply attempting to rescue your ally a bit too much, and, well,
Here he goes.
bite off more than you can chew. Dancing together now the target of both red ships, but Bill Cipher now taking heavy amounts of fire. Armor broken.
Dancing together is armor broken too. No follow-up though, while Bill Cipher takes more perma damage.
Automite go in.
That lumberjack keeps its balloon down for good.
Flax, not the time. Whilst Flax do have a fast reload speed, you typically don't want to do that often. Now is the time to maybe spam those Flax, as dancing together is now... No! Bill Cipher is dead.
It was going down faster.
Thalassophobia has lost their first match of today. Perhaps that missing crew member changes everything.
Who knows?
Must take screenshots to remember, just in case that leaderboards need... The leaderboards will need a bit of changing.
True, that's all the administrative stuff happening after an event. It's not to be underestimated.
You certainly have to stay up an hour after to, well, clean up everything.
Make sure that points are reported the right way and everything.
Yes. Currently it's the last match, with Misty Mutiny as the map. Thalassophobia has completed their last match. They're now on their way out to enjoy their freedom at last from the Crucible.
Finally.
Sweet relief. Fear of the dark against the Fabella's Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
No, you will. You don't have to pick it up on the last match. Just call it the double F for the rest of tonight.
Yes, the double F. Which also kind of sums up my thoughts behind the name.
Not wrong on that one. And Team Fibble is forward, pouring slowly into the lobby again, bringing sad engineering noises once again.
I can hear them. praying in my mind.
They're still present. The last matches, especially the first one.
Still waiting on the pilots of Blue 1 to appear so that we can get on with the map votes.
Looks like Italian Flamer is biding his time.
Or taking a bathroom break.
We
Or a
never know.
bath.
Or taking a bath. Everything is possible for now. Right, so we've got the whole team assembled. Safe for Italian Flamer.
And there we go. We shall initiate the timer. Last match. Things draw to a close.
Let's see if people actually want to speak up their minds this time.
No, I think democracy has died with thunderous applause.
Well, we didn't even get that. We just got a thunderous mess when we needed more team members. I'm wondering if Purple Grump brings up that Corsair for another time.
Fjords. Let me see. Fjords is indeed open.
Cool, nice. I mean, we also had it as a suggested map.
Yep,
and
that's the
we
alarm.
changed that.
Oh, coin flip. How wonderful.
Yet again. Standing so far, as we see here in the lobby, Phyllis Fovertle on blue team didn't secure any victories tonight so far, while Fear of the Duck on red team already got 2 of them. And Thalassophobia that we saw last match did secure 3 victories tonight. Only lost 1 confrontation.
And it is Tails. Mutiny wins. What's this about a veto? Alright, I understand if people are confused.
We might need to clarify the rules.
I will
in
clarify now.
Discord in the end.
It has been stated, but basically, so you can't vote on a suggested map you will be playing on. But you can vote on a suggested map that wasn't used. Emphasis is on the will.
That's the important word on there. Frostbound asks, can you vote for a suggested map you won't be playing on?
Yes, but at the same time, the other team must also... This also applies to the other team, so if, let's say, the other team is going to be playing on that suggested map, you can't do that either.
Well, that makes sense, for sure.
It's complicated, I understand. To
Still,
simplify, I
it's
guess
in the
we...
rules, and people are supposed to read the rules before the tournament starts. clarifying that it's supposed to. I understand it now, but not everybody takes their time to do so.
It's sort of how this rule formed. It was purely accidental. So we have a simple rule where no map can be played twice.
For good
And
reasons.
there was one incident where a team voted for a suggested map that they were playing on. Then they got to that map. Nobody voted for anything. And then everyone would technically have to play the same map twice.
Oh, I think I've been on that event. I've been on the team that actually voted for a map that they got.
That
and
was
shouldn't
quite a
have
while
got.
ago, would you believe?
Mhm.
But, to everyone, we can clarify that in Crucible discussion. If everyone wants to simplify the rule down to no voting for suggested maps, that's fine. But it's either this rule or the no voting for suggested maps. Not any way different. Because I don't want a repeat of that mess.
Nope, definitely not. Oh, the Italian Flamer is playing with the thought of bringing on the Mobula.
Interesting choice. This is not exactly a map that you would be sniping on.
Not really. Especially paired with the Corsair. Interesting matchup.
Yes, indeed. Interesting.
A2D2 wishing good luck, guys, to the people that are playing now, as he's already on his well-deserved break after the matches of Thalassophobia. Well, let's hope that the luck
Well,
is
one
not favoring
team...
one of the sides.
Well, technically, it will favor one of the sides, because one of the sides has to win.
Yeah, eventually, I guess. That's what we're here for.
Mosen complaining that he went missing for one match and his team lost.
Well, he's right on that. But it's his own bad that he was leaving. Looks so far like Team Blue is keeping their Mobula. This is a very long-range oriented Mobula.
Maybe they just want to experiment. I mean, after all, Crucible is the place where you can experiment.
True. Would be lovely to see what happens, but the red team brings a Lumber Spire to shoot down that lovely and fluffy balloon of the Mobula.
It can be difficult to hit if the Mobula is constantly maneuvering around, and a Mercury can snipe that lumber with one shot.
True. They don't have a Mercury on it though, but two Artemises, which will do exactly the same job.
Well, not exactly. The other issue is that if you get popped, you can't really shoot those Artemi. You will just simply not have the arcs.
True that. But a Mercury does have same or similar issues with not having a great arc up and downwards, right?
It does have the bonus of one-shotting the heavy gun.
True, good point. That's fair enough.
And we shall get into the last match of this Crucible.
Yeah, people don't seem so excited for it if they're not readying up.
Either ready up, or I will ready up for you. There we go.
They don't want to be readied up, so here we go. Alright, this is the last match for tonight.
Yes,
And we
indeed.
hope for Fibulous Forward to score another kill here.
Or another
for
victory.
sure, to see that the matches were really balanced. But we can say that Portable Grump not being sure about her piloting skills, as she is not a very experienced pilot for sure, was a bit of a risk in balancing
Certainly.
for Team 3.
And now let us get into ship callouts. Ship number 1, and actually the final ship callouts of today. Ship number
Yes,
1
indeed.
is the Steel Obelisk, piloted by Crybon. It's a spire with Lumberjack and Flak on bottom deck, a front Hades and a side Artemis. Ship number 2 is the Love Shack, piloted by, of course, Alpha Sierra. It's the legendary Magnate with different front guns. Now is a Banshee laser, a Mercury Gatling, and a Hwacha heavy flak, so that's more of a sniper build.
That's interesting. We have to discuss it later. But first,
Yes, let's
number
continue.
3, we have the Italian Flamer piloting the other target, actually. Let's see how the fares.
That's certainly a
Hades
confusing name.
up. 2 Artemi on each side, and a Gatling in the flank on top of that. And ship number 4, before we approach the battle, Portable Grump piloting the Insat engineering noises.
Which
again.
gets the first kill.
Carronades, Hwachas, and Gatlings scoring the first kill on Seal.
That's how you ram.
Him into terrain there.
That's how you ram.
Wow.
We
That
could
was
even
a-
get to call out. Now, let's go more over the Love Shack. It's a mixture between 2 of the most common anti-hull, the Kill Magnate. It's a mixture between the double Mercury Flak Magnate and a Flak double Laser Magnate. Taking the best of both worlds.
I'm not sure if it's effective as both of the simple ships, but we'll see that eventually.
The
This matchup
double
is a bit
Mercury
fairer
requires
than
skill,
the-
and that's another ram, and...
Oh wow. Portable Grump really...
I think
practice
Grump
those
finally
ramming.
turned off her brain long enough to use the Corsair properly, like a brick.
Well put, well put. And it's 2-0 for Fibulous Fovertal against Fear of
If
Death
this
from Team
keeps
Red.
up, this match won't last long.
Damn. Team Red must have been really surprised here by the sheer
Um,
force of the Corsair approaching them here. There's no holding back for Portable Grump anymore.
Yes, I can see now the vigor and the power of the ram. What's this about deep water?
Oh, Spire
And
again targeted by a brutal ram.
lovely,
I still
lovely.
didn't learn that you shouldn't be next to terrain when a Corsair approaches you.
That is indeed true, but Mutiny is a bit of a dense map,
True,
terrain-wise.
Portable Grump really making nice use of the ramming power of the Corsair.
I think this match will be over in 5 minutes at this rate.
If they keep on going like that, that's
They most likely
insane.
will.
It looks like they do. Steel Obelisk already spawned in.
This
To help
won't
with some
doesn't.
long-range power.
No, they will most likely stay out of it because the Love Shack is most certainly doomed.
And it's another ram kill.
Grump,
from said engineer.
Tell me, if you get 5 ram kills this match, I will be certainly impressed.
She is going wild here.
I've only had 1 5 ram kill game. It requires an extremely perfect number of circumstances. You need an enemy team that is quite vulnerable to ramming. You need an ally that provides support but doesn't get kills. And you need a ship that actually works. As a matter of
What
fact,
a
this
comeback after the last matches where the Corsair was almost always more target than dealer of rams.
well, red team's now decided to stick in the open area rather than the closed enclosed areas. But it's certainly the
Smart
last kill.
choice. Yes. a
Whatever
smart choice
happens,
for
the red
Team
team must be really extremely careful. I do want to see the 5 ram kill game.
We're cheering for Portable Grump here.
It is a rare sight. But they are currently playing it passively, as well, neither side is opting to, well, push in. Red team, understandably so. They don't want to be in the middle of terrain areas, especially after Grump's presentation of how Corsair works. And there it goes. I think Grump is making the final move.
She's been holding it for a while,
But
there's no turning
balloon
back
break.
now.
Lumberjack. Not enough support fire. That's a miss.
Yep,
Once again,
going under
Mobula
Steel
not
Obelisk.
managing to provide enough helping hand. Steel Obelisk, armor broken. This doesn't
That's a
look
very good
like a
Mobula,
5
though.
ram kill game. I do believe. Grump lost her inertia.
Steel Obelisk is very oppressed by the Mobula. She's able to keep his Lumberjack under control with their R2Mi.
No 5 ram kill game. I'm saddened. But that still was a brutal slaughter for the double F team. 5-0. Yes, impressive.
Well, Alpha Sierra Jags, excuse me, I'm just going to go drown myself. Maybe he could drown himself in the bathwater that Crybin was using before.
Or a specialized product known only to a select few.
What an amazing show-off of Corsair's power here.
Well, yes, certainly an impressive showcase. And that has been Crucible, everyone. This week's over. I'll hope to see everyone again, and to everyone else that is watching, sign up for next week. If you're watching this, you need to participate.
Yeah, you better do. And I'm looking forward for everybody who shows us how to do the Corsair even better than Portable Grump did in this match. I'm still waiting for those 5 ram kill matches.
Yes, indeed. Thank you everyone for coming, playing, and watching. And thank you, of course, to Bo for coming and co-casting with me today.
It was my pleasure.
I hope to see you for other Crucibles, and you can help me out with these.
We will see. Up to next week, for sure.
Yes, indeed. Thank you everyone for watching, and take care.
Good night, everybody.